Like, I listened to myself back on the one with Ryan. I was like, what did I say? It's like,
I know. I did the same thing. For this interview that I just did with him, I did catch myself doing that. One of the biggest things, it's so weird being on camera. It doesn't feel like I'm on camera here because of iPhones, but I was like trying to figure out what to do with my hands.
Oh, yeah. For this, you can't touch the table because these mics are on stands that are on the table. Otherwise, if you go, it'll go.
Oh, really? Okay, that's good to know. So I should probably not
like drag it.
Yeah.
But you can lift up.
I'll try to be careful. But I was doing like, well, no. Well, this is the way I like to say it. But I was trying to figure out like what to do with my hands, and I've heard like this is like what you're supposed to do.
Why?
I don't know.
Like, Illuminati?
No. Like if you're sitting there, or like this, you're supposed. There's some like power. Yeah. Because you don't want like your hands on just sitting there. I don't know. So I did this. It's like supposed to make you feel connected or something. How's your business going? Opulent Lawns.
It's slowing down.
Yeah. For the one of my
looking for sales jobs right now.
How's that going?
Well, I got a job. I have a job interview at Dorothy Lane Market.
Nice. For what?
Barista.
Ooh. Okay.
The one job that's like impossible for males to get.
Really? You're not cute enough? You got long hair.
Yeah. I applied to the one I always go to and they rejected me.
Seriously?
Yeah. Huh. I told the barista and she's like, yeah. It's like, it's probably because I'm a male.
You told her that?
She's like, well, yeah. Yeah.
Dang, seriously? They one of the assistants that works here owns, I don't know if her husband owns or if he just works for her. I think he owns a lawn care company as well. And she was also saying like winter really slows down for him, but he plows. But at the same time, I mean, like you said, Ohio, plowing in Ohio.
Well, yeah, but who was I talking to? I was talking to someone, and they said, who was it? They said they knew this guy who did snow removal, and he went to a bunch of different places. So he went to Tennessee, he went to New York, and then he did some in Ohio. And he said, yeah, it snows more he said in Tennessee they don't care. Because if it snows, they're all just going to take off work anyways. Yeah. So nobody cares. In New York, everybody's doing it. So the cost to do it, or the cost that you get paid is like super low. Yeah. But in Ohio, people still go to work. So they charge more and less people do it. So you can charge more.
So it is good.
So it is good, but it's not good.
Maybe it's just not consistent. I mean, I think but I don't want to badmouth any of the snowplower people, but like Mary Margaret's office, she just she doesn't call the guy. She has someone who's like always checking, and she doesn't call him. She's not like, hey, it snowed last night. He just plows. It could be
that's
a dusting. It could be 6 inches, but he's plowing that. And so you just have if you can get for example, like this parking lot, getting with some commercial real estate owners. You come in and plow. Every time it snows, you're plowing. Or when you get big enough, you contract with the city and stuff.
It was Pete Frederick.
Oh, yeah.
From church.
He does landscaping?
Yeah, he does. He sells... he's a salesman for a paver company right now.
Oh,
but
cool.
He's done lawn care or landscaping his whole life.
Cool.
But, yeah, that's who it was. And then Greg... He was like, yeah, we did that for a while, but we don't mess around with it because it snows on the worst time. It's like New Year's Day. Yeah. Or like the night before New Year's Eve or whatever. And you got to get out there and plow everybody's lawn.
Yeah. Or driveway. Yeah.
Driveway.
You can plow. Whatever works, man.
Yeah. Gosh, it's so awkward. This is so awkward.
Why is it awkward?
I don't know. I'm just not used to it.
What did you ask?
See, Ryan's...
What kind of stuff? I know it was something
Ryan's
you really cared
was...
about.
I don't care about you, dude. Ryan's was easy because we just got back from the trip, and I had a lot of questions I wanted to ask him regarding. But that was more like an interview
Yeah.
than like a conversation. I would like ask him a question, and he would answer. I'd ask him another question, he'd answer. It was more like an interview where I want it to be like a podcast.
It's more of a like conversation. Well, why don't you? Well, I want to know a little bit about like Opulent Lawns and like where you see it going though.
Well, I don't want this to be about me.
Well, I know, but this is kind of what we're getting into. We're just getting into it. I want to know stuff, and we're talking with Burpin. So, what do you think you're gonna do it again next year?
Yeah.
Like this is like your
10
business.
years, dude.
Like you're committed.
Yeah.
You're in. Okay.
Next year, I want to go.
So what's like the goal? So where were you at this year, and then where's the? You don't have to talk about the money if you don't want, but like not revenue. I'm talking about like number of houses, number of lawns. Like where's like do you have a goal there?
Yeah, so I did 50 million.
Yeah, right.
In take home this year.
Yeah, nice. First year out of the gate, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't really what I was wanting, but.
Yeah, you just don't.
I mean, it's my first year, so.
You just don't quite have the freedom yet. You know,
No.
it's not a big enough number.
But this year I had like 8 lawns.
Okay.
A handful of them were repeat from last year.
Okay.
It was like, I don't know how much. See, I don't know my numbers. It was like 8 lawns, but then like this week I got a couple time. Like, can you mow while I'm on vacation?
Yeah. Was it?
And then
was
I got
8 one of Ravenel? Was Ravenel one of yours? No. So you did that a couple times, but I still haven't paid you because you don't send me a bill.
Yeah.
There's another lesson in business. You got to send the bill or make them pay up front.
Yeah, I have a lot to figure out. But I want to go more into landscaping next year.
So are you going to keep the same lawns? Or are you going to do...
I'll probably keep the same... See, I don't know. I still have a lot to figure out. This year, at the end of the year, since I got back from Africa, is when all the downhill stuff happened. Like my trailer broke a couple places. Like my truck's a piece of crap.
Yeah.
My trailer got a flat tire, so I had to fix that. All that stuff happened. And I was kind of adjusting, getting back into it after getting back from Africa.
Yeah.
But next year I really want to get into landscaping. This job I'm doing with Mr. Miller is going to be awesome.
Is that like your friend's dad?
Yeah, Philip Miller.
Philip's dad, yeah.
Philip Miller the first.
No,
Yeah, Philip Miller the second is my friend.
Philip Miller Jr.?
Yeah, the second.
Phil J. Junior Phil.
But yeah, that one's going to be a good one.
Okay.
And Alex Ramosi taught me this one. Next year I'll have like a major discount to get people to do landscaping jobs.
Yeah.
To get them on my site and show people that I can do it.
Perfect, yeah.
I told Mom and Dad I'd redo their sidewalk for free if they pay for the materials.
Yeah. I mean, so are you thinking like you want to do hardscaping or you want to like mulch?
Yeah, hardscaping.
Okay.
Mulching makes me want to gouge my eyes out. I did that this year.
Yeah, you did something.
You make decent money.
Well,
like better than lawns, but
yeah.
I just don't like it. Whereas landscaping, it's the before and after pictures is like you take a picture before mentally. It doesn't even have to be on your phone. You take a picture and then afterwards you're like, I did that. I created that.
Yeah. It's cool. I need to show you.
Pretty awesome.
We're using my phone, but I want to show you Nick Tannenbaum. That's Mariah's boyfriend.
You sent me his contact.
Oh, did I?
At one point.
And then I send, and you just got to look at his face. I mean, he's doing concrete, and he's doing inside and outside. But I can totally see how that would be someone to. I'm always trying to think of people.
Yeah, I don't know
to
how
link
I
up
would.
with. Because
he's not the owner.
So do you want to do the actual, like, I'm sorry, I guess, are you wanting to do the planting the trees, making the beds kind of thing, or are you wanting to like, put stones in kind of thing, or does that go hand in hand? I don't know if I know.
I want to do so. Tigran Gertz.
Okay.
He followed. He's like a big Grant Cardone guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he followed him. But I've watched his stuff. He lives out in California, but it's kind of like a space remodel. Like you remodel like a whole. In California, they have such small backyards, so he pretty much does the whole backyard.
Yeah.
But I really like his style of stuff that he does. He does like. I mean, it's just really nice. He goes back and like. It's not patio. He does like pavers. It's kind of like a whole, which I don't know how you would do that in Ohio, but I could show. I can't show you my.
I know, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
But it's he does like he does turf because they can't water stuff. It's like turf, and then he implements pavers, and then maybe like a grill area, and then he like. And then you would contract in someone if they want a pool. They make the pool.
So I think, I don't know. I'm just trying
to... It'd be like hardscaping, like pavers and possibly
So you
like
don't want to do like the actual plant, like
I don't like
trees
plants.
You don't like doing the plants part.
No.
So you want to do the...
I did mulching this year. I hate weeding.
Yeah.
Because I just don't like it.
Who's your mom?
I know. Maybe if Mom did it all for me, I'd enjoy it, but I personally do not like doing it by myself.
She'd make more than...
It's just such... I want to work... Here's what's really going on. I want to work with bulldozers and skid steers. I want to work with heavy equipment. Skid steers, and that's probably why. It's because I want to own dump trailers and skid steers, pay them off, and then I'll have those.
Yeah.
And then I could play around with them if I go to Grandpa's house and he needs something done instead of shoveling.
Yeah, just get your Bobcat out there.
I'll bring my skid steer over and get it done in an hour.
So, yeah, that's interesting. I'm trying to think of, like, from my perspective as a pediatric dentist, I'm trying to, like, I'm tag teaming with, like, different dentists to try to get more clients,
I definitely need to
like,
reach out.
So it's not just that. I'm working with speech pathologists. I'm working with pediatricians. So I'm trying to think of ways that you can connect with people in the field, but not do the same. Like you're complimenting them, right? So Nick does like I probably won't explain it super well, but I mean, if you can imagine just like a cement pad underneath someone's deck, or like he does a lot like for businesses, like redoing sidewalk, like a whole sidewalk or something. But if you were at someone's private residence, which he does a lot of, like, you know, they step out their back door and they lay a cement pad. Well, if he does that part and he gets the job, well, if they are like, well, it would also be cool to like do a stone grill area over here and like, or they want like a whole redesign, you could work with him on that part. If he does it, because he doesn't do the whole like,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of ideas of like someone else to tag team with.
I mean, a person would be like a pool.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't know really what they do. Like no one in our area in Lebanon does like, I mean, they do like the grill space maybe, but I don't know how it would how it would look in Ohio, what I want to do.
Yeah,
unless I went maybe down to like Indian Hill or something, where there's smaller backyards.
Cincinnati would be like
smaller backyards, kind of.
Because you can work within like.
Because I feel like people in Lebanon don't really like entertain.
But if you think of like Ben, a couple houses down, that he's friends with the twins.
Yeah, there are some people.
Like they have like.
Basically, I want to do high end stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's why you gotta. I wish you could have connected with Greg.
I know. I would too.
I saw him.
I'd like to learn a lot from him too.
I saw him at Home Depot. We had the kids and we were getting light bulbs and stuff, and I didn't bring it up. I thought about it. I was like, I'm gonna just make him feel bad and be like, are you gonna respond to my brother or not? No. I know he's
Yeah. Even like our 20-minute phone call was awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I want to pick your brain so bad.
Yeah.
And then he just hasn't.
Just show up at their, just start driving to their office.
Every day?
Yeah, every day.
Hey, is Greg here?
Yeah.
Perfect. I brought donuts and some whiskey.
Yeah. What? Just let me in the door. I know. But there's probably, I mean, finding other people or, maybe I think part of it is, I don't know, maybe working for somebody too. I know you don't want to do that, but.
Yeah, I don't think I need to.
Yeah. The only reason I say that is because it like gets your foot in the door. Like it was nice to be.
Yeah, and that would be me being like doing a really discounted like stuff.
Yeah.
But then if I could, really what I want to do is get the jobs and then hire someone who's like a professional, like 30 years, who knows how to do pavers.
Yeah.
That's what I ultimately don't want to do, because this year my hand got jacked up.
Oh, yeah, the trimmers?
Yeah, the HAVS, halves. Every time I use the weed eater now, my hand goes numb after like 5 minutes.
Dang.
And like even just sitting in like if I sit like this for a couple minutes, it starts to, and I gotta like go like this.
Because your biceps.
It's because I'm too jacked.
Yeah.
Actually.
There's just not enough room for the nerves and blood vessels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
So,
but yeah, go a little more landscaping.
So are you going to keep the same lawns? Or are you going to try to add more? I think you could
I'll
easily
have to do
add
like
more
a
lawns.
transition period probably.
Well,
whereas this year I kind of need the lawns for revenue.
But if you could increase both, you need to hire someone, then you've actually got a business.
But I want to niche down. Do like, this is what he does. And then people know if they want that or not.
I get it. I'm just thinking.
But to start off, I'd probably need lawns.
Well, part of it's like the marketing, right? Like, how are you going to get, I mean, that low lawn mowing could be your in to do the next level stuff. So it could be it might be a 3 to 5 year transition plan where you're really just right now you can lawn mow. You can hire someone to lawn mow too.
I was going to hire someone next year.
So you know that's something that you got down. You could do it. You know your timing on it. You know how much gas costs and travel and all that stuff. So I know not right off the top of your head, but you know your numbers, and that's how you market it. So you're picking the houses that you see potential for doing hardscape stuff, and I know they're smaller lawns. Is the problem though, probably.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
But if you're picking your clientele, you're marketing to those people. You say I can mow your lawn, and then that's how you get into those circles. Because otherwise, how else are you marketing? I mean, you just cold calling people and saying, "Hey, you guys want a land? How do you guys want a new backyard?"
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth, but that's
eventually.
But the way people find you is from doing a really excellent job on their lawn, like that. Did you have that one person post a review on your page?
No.
You should.
Well, I will.
The one that texted you.
Yeah, I will. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, you should be like, hey, just send him send him the link to Google and be like, hey, do you mind posting?
I did that to everyone, and everyone's like, yeah, I'll give you a review, and then
send him a link. Did you send him a link?
Yeah, I got a couple out of it.
Cool.
But a lot of people say they're gonna do it, and then they forget.
We send a link to like every patient, and
yeah,
we get I don't know, we're about at 20% maybe.
Yeah.
10 to 20%.
But yeah, I'm not looking to make money, which is nice. I'm so glad I still live with mom and dad, because, I mean, on one hand I am, but on another I'm not. It kind of saved me this year, but I'm not gonna be making money for another 3 or 4 years, is my guess. Just trying to get my name out there and grow it.
Yeah.
Whereas if I bought a business, it'd probably be a lot different.
Totally, 100%, yeah.
But that's easier said than done, I think.
Have you looked?
Well, in our area, if I want to stay in our area, it'd probably be easy if I go all nation.
Have you looked?
A little bit. I think you kind of have to reach out to a broker. I actually have a guy I mow for. We're meeting at the chamber on Monday. He's like, I'm an ex-banker and I have a lot of ideas for you. I was like, perfect. Let's meet.
Yeah.
So we're meeting on Monday.
Cool.
So maybe he'll have a insight into that.
Yeah, and I mean that's why I'm saying to do. That's a perfect example of like mowing not random people, picking who you're mowing lawns for or trying to marketing in a certain demographic, and then you're getting these connections. I mean, if you wouldn't mow lawns, you would never have this relationship, and then
I want to get if I get a lot of. The problem is that I don't know sales is the problem with your method because I'd have to go and then I'd have to sell, which is why I'm trying to get it just makes me uncomfortable right now. But that's why I want to get a sales job this winter, absolutely dominate, and then that'll help me a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think sales more than anything is just practice.
I know, which is why I want to.
Yeah. It's just getting out there and talking to people. It really is.
I know, which is what I need.
I'm technically like selling dentistry, but I never got trained in sales. I know a lot about it, and you're just.
And that's why I would want to get like a lot of lawns and be like, hey, we also do landscaping, or we're transitioning into landscaping.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Which is why I'm keeping lawn care, but I would like to do a lot more landscaping. And like this job I'm doing now is going to help me a lot because then I can take those pictures and put them on my website.
Yeah.
And people can go on there and be like, oh, this guy's.
So are you the only one doing that, or is...
I'm working with him.
With him. And does he have guys, or is it just him?
No, it's just him and I. He is retired. He was an engineer.
And why is he doing this job? He wants to
he's
kind
retired.
of move into that space, or he's just like bored?
I think he did it when he was younger, maybe.
Okay.
And he just is retired. When it did.
So how did he just buy the materials? Did he give the quote to the family? Is it a family friend or something of his?
It's him. It's his yard.
Oh, it's his yard. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
He had a pool.
Nice.
And like, he kind of built like his house. He's kind of done this with like every part of his house. Gotcha. I remember back in the day, he hired like Joe Hardy.
Yeah.
He went in there and they like
gutted the
house and then
stuff. Yeah.
And then I guess he hired like a small contract. I used to go over to his house, and like his whole house would be unfinished, and they'd have this one section upstairs where they'd all have their like bedrooms.
Yeah.
And their mattresses would be on the ground.
Yeah.
And it was super funny. But now the inside is like really nice.
Yeah.
And now I think he's redoing the outside. He just built a pergola.
Yeah.
They have a pool. They're gonna retile everything.
Yeah.
Make a living space under the pergola, he wants to, and then he's gonna build out a fire pit separately. So
that's what I want to do with. Mary Margaret like really wants to. She wants to buy an old house here and like for us to live in, and like
in
redo
Cincinnati.
It. Yeah, I mean, well,
I'm spitting everywhere, dude.
In this area. Like Lebanon, between Lebanon and
like that junker.
No, like the old historical museum house in Lebanon. Did you ever drive past that? It's right by, like if you're going out 42, it's that first house on the left.
Historical house.
It's an old mansion that's been in the Historical Society of Lebanon for years, and they couldn't pay for it enough. They couldn't raise enough money to pay for it, so they auctioned it off. But we drove, anyways, like an 1800s house. Mary Margaret wants like a late 1800s, 1900s house. It's like Grandma and Grandpa's house, just a big, beautiful brick house.
Yeah.
And she wants to like make
redo it.
Yeah, like redo it. But I want to do all that hard. I want to build a house up Pyatt.
That'd be nice.
I want to buy.
There's so much.
Sean's property.
See, I really like landscaping.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to get into.
Well, then do it.
Like I'd love to build mom and dad a patio, like a nice.
But it's like you also have to look at it in the. Yeah, I know mom and dad need. They could. That would be sweet if you do it for free. I mean,
it's just like it's like basically. It's like being a kid.
Yeah, right. It's just like building.
But you get big toys.
I get a yard and yeah, but you could because you could at their place you could make you could do a little pergola thing. You could do a little fire pit, maybe not even all the way out in the back. Yeah. You could do, hot tub. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
It'd be cool to do. Yeah, I want to do it at Pyatt eventually. That's my goal.
Pyatt would be.
That'd be fun. Except
I
for
don't know
we're not
what.
up there a whole lot.
It'd
but
probably be difficult. The materials would probably cost a lot because there's nothing up there.
maybe, but we're close to Canada. We're close to the Sioux.
And what does Canada have?
Well, we can. They got. I know what Pite does have. That's wood. You can build everything in wood. Cabin style.
You want to build a house? You mean?
Yeah, I want to build a house. I want to.
Build like, except they don't they
We're
have like
talking
a
like 15 years from now, but 10 years.
don't they have like a limit on how big your house can be?
Ooh, do they?
I feel like that would be something they have. But
Well,
the Schindler's house is pretty big.
It's pretty big. We don't need anything massive. I just want to put in like,
Be nice to have two houses up there.
right. Because like, I mean, it's like tight with just our family, and then if we ever want to have
Yeah.
any friends up there with our family, not
Mom,
happening. We
Even
keep
this
having
year, Mom
kids.
was talking about extending the
Yeah.
house because nobody uses that deck.
I could buy Sean's property. He wants to sell it,
Yeah.
but it would cost a lot of money. I gotta get a house, a nice house here first, probably for Mary Margaret.
Priorities.
Yeah. Get too ahead of myself, but that's stuff I dream about.
Well, you just opened up this place.
Mm-hmm.
222 new patients in the first month.
Yeah.
Well, you opened July 26th,
Yeah. So we saw
and then in August it was 222.
Yep.
Is that pretty average?
No. I mean,
Like that many? Like how many patients? Well, I guess dentistry you only see people like twice a year,
Yeah.
so you kind of have to get a lot, I guess.
To build up to that.
Yeah.
So, as far as it's a little different from established practice. New patients, like really good would be between like 50 and 100, probably 50 and 150 on an established practice who already has a full schedule.
Yeah.
That's like cooking. Like
Yeah.
you're really busy. So, I mean, for a startup, I was really happy with 220. That was pretty good. We're on track for over 200 this month too.
I mean, 220, I'd take that.
Yeah. Yeah. 220 new clients.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. It's the same thing as you though. I mean, if there's that aspect of, well, I could buy a business, but then you have
So,
clients that you don't pick. You have a team that you don't pick. You have a space that you don't pick.
Yeah.
You have systems that you didn't pick. You have like all this stuff. You do inherit cash flow though.
Yeah.
So you have like basically all you got to show up and like do the same job or a better job, and you have the same amount of money, and you can increase. Here,
Yeah.
I got to pick everything. A whole beautiful office. Got to pick an awesome team. Get to do all my systems how I want to do it. But
Which I feel like is more. It'd be better for you. Like for me, it wouldn't matter as much. I feel like.
what do you mean for like buying
For,
like
like,
the
all
systems
that,
and stuff?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but Mary Margaret bought hers, and her team is killer. They've all stayed with her.
Yeah.
Besides one, she had to release to a new future, but the rest of them, I've been awesome and been with her the whole time, and she's just adding.
Released to a new future.
Yeah, yeah, she's no longer with the company. No, but the whole team has really been fantastic.
Yeah, she
So
bought hers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it like a super small practice?
It was.
It's a small building, isn't it?
It's over 4,000 square feet.
I don't know square feet
Or
what.
It's
I
bigger
don't know
than
what
this.
is common for a dentist either.
This is 2,900 square feet. Hers was currently in like 2,600, but she has the whole building, which is like 4,000.
What do you think
4,200.
Testerman's is?
His is pretty big. I bet his is a 6, 5, maybe not quite that much, maybe 5.
But he's been there for.
And his dad built it, and they
Yeah.
own the whole building and all this stuff. But
He last time I went in a couple weeks ago, he's like, yeah, if your brother wasn't so far, I was trying to give him some new patients.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he told me that. He and he emailed me. So we actually got to connect, which was cool. Yeah, about some new patients, and my ultimate goal would be to start a practice up in Lebanon. That's what I really want to do.
Well, how many customer or clients, patients, do you have to be able to do that? See, this is why I need one more camera to see the whole thing.
Yeah. Hey, you probably saw that.
Yeah, but then I got to switch back and forth.
So, I mean,
probably scale this out completely and then.
So yeah, I don't know how much I want to get into
But then do you have to
my grand plans, but.
But then do you have to? You'd have to do like 2 days here, 2 days there.
So, my goal is to have another dentist in here. Sorry, sponsored by Old Forester.
Well,
Oh.
So other dentists.
So if
they don't all do their own practice.
Correct. Yeah. So like this whole last year, I worked for somebody else, Lisa, and Dr. Murray. So I worked for them. Now she bought it. But yeah, there's a lot of I don't know what the numbers are. I think probably 70% of dentists own their own practice, and about 30 work for somebody else.
Huh.
So if you have a really good job, you can. It's just like you're
clock
an
in,
employee.
clock out.
Yeah, but you can make really good money.
Well, yeah.
Just not, and then you
don't have to worry about
I work
everything.
late hours, and I'm like stressed about our team, and Mary Margaret and I just have constant work stress.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're an employee,
clock in, clock
you
out.
literally, it's like I show up, I do my job, and I go home, and I don't think about it.
Yeah.
And you take your allotted, vacation, and it's a great life to do it that way. But for those that like
the game,
it's all about the game and the freedom, but also the game. I mean, I tell people I'm an entrepreneur with a dental degree. Like I'm not probably a typical dentist in that sense, because I think my goal is not to. I love this practice. I'm always going to be here and treating these patients and with this team, but I'm not going to be like the typical dentist that works here 4 days a week for 30 years.
Well, yeah.
Like I'm already looking for the next thing because I want to build.
But you kind of have to be here unless you hire another dentist.
Well, yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I'm already talking to someone. She's been here now twice. Met with her a couple times to get her teeth cleaned up. No, so another dentist that's actually from this area. Her dad's a pediatrician, a big-time pediatrician on this side of Cincinnati.
Is she a
She's a peds doctor, dentist. She's a peds dentist, yeah. Well, she's training to be. She's about to graduate. And I'm going to have her come. The goal is, if it's the right fit and the team works out and everything, she's going to come and be the primary dentist here.
Will you put walls up?
I might do like a glass
another one
slab here, because I'm going to do another chair where that white thing is, and then another one on the other side. I probably won't do full walls.
So are these new kits?
These are all new. Yeah.
Is there anything special compared to like a non-new one?
No, not really. They look. I mean, it just depends on. No, they just look nicer. They're more comfortable.
They don't massage.
No massage. I mean, you can buy them. I went with like
mid-tier.
Yeah, I mean like good cost, but looks nice and works well. You can buy high end stuff that has like neck massagers, heated. I mean, you can go crazy. I don't think you need that for kids, though. No, I mean,
I thought the chairs were going to be smaller.
No, I see college. There's only like one size chair.
Oh.
Yeah. So you would fit in there. I mean, it's the same as.
I was like, it would have been funny if we did the podcast, you in one chair, me in the other.
Yeah, just sitting
there. But then you can't talk.
True. No, I mean they're comfortable. They're cool. It's not that special. It's just new.
This area is a lot nicer than it used to be when I did EMT stuff down here.
Really?
Like that Harrison.
Mm-hmm. Harrison Ave. Mm-hmm.
When I was doing that, it was like a 2-lane road. Maybe it was 4 lanes, but they were repaving everything.
Yeah.
It was a pain in the butt.
Yeah. They're redoing, so all of like Westwood, they're it's kind of like new restaurants, new art shops, new. The West Side is so.
Artsy.
No, it's not. But the West Side used to be in Cincinnati where all the money was. Like, so if you think about like 75 coming down, like, go through the river and to Kentucky, there's west side of that and the east side. That's how I think of the west side and the east side. The west side used to be all rich people, basically. That's where all the money was. And then, like, for example, Mary Margaret's grandpa couldn't afford a house on the west side. I don't know. He's now 90, so 65 years ago. So he bought a house in Hyde Park because that was like the cheapest one he could find for like something crazy, $30,000 or something, and on Observatory, like one of the best streets over there. And then now it's a little bit shifted. There's still a lot of old money on the west side, but kind of further out that way, out west. But anyways, now a lot of money on the east side, but it's shifting. It's kind of shifting back. The west side's growing up. There's more younger people are starting to move over here, and
just snip, snap.
It just kind of goes back and forth. Well, because it's like, okay, now it's way too expensive to live on that side, so let's go over to this side, kind of thing, and then it just like bebops back and forth. But it is cool. It's really busy, as you can see. Like that traffic there, Glenn. That's part of the reason I picked this spot is because.
Well, I used to drive past your.
Yeah. There's like 30. It was when they showed me this study. It was like 30 or 40,000 cars a day. Like, I mean, they are just like, it's like crazy.
But it's nice that they actually redid everything, and there's like, it's actually kind of nice. Like there was none of that when I was driving past here.
We got Cane's.
There's
Chick-fil-A
like a first
right
watch.
here.
Well, there's a First Watch down there, and those were.
Was that the exit you got off of? Was Harrison?
Yeah.
Why did you get out that way? Or did you go 275 and come
I came
this
from
way?
Lebanon.
Okay. You went 275 around probably and came off. Yeah, that's a nice.
Which is how I used to always come.
Yeah, there's a children's hospitals up there.
Down there.
Yeah, yeah. But this is all like, I mean, yeah, there's really good food right there too.
Yeah.
It's all chain stuff, but.
I'd have to move down here.
If all these big box stores are willing to sign leases and build offices down here, like Cane's just started here. If there's a Chick-fil-A right across the street, this is a good place to be. Yeah. That's like a good way to.
I mean, even just the First Watch, and I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the crappiest part of town.
Yeah.
But back when I used to work here, I was like, I hate it down here.
That was before you went to Nashville, right?
That was 2019.
Yeah. Yeah. So before COVID, before Nashville.
Yeah, before everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was bad.
And that was right after Liberty.
Yeah.
Where were you at with your college education?
All right, Mom.
No,
Mom asks me that like every day. So you haven't sent me anything to pay for classes.
We actually haven't talked about it in a while.
I don't.
You don't want to talk about it?
No, because I don't want to do it, and everyone wants me to. I want that money to get my pilot's license. That would make me as happy as... It's my life.
There is a... Yeah, I'll let you talk to Grandpa about that.
Grandpa doesn't bring it up, and Grandma doesn't bring it up anymore.
So, you're good.
Mom's the only one I got to deal with now.
And obviously me.
And I just... but you don't care as much as Mom.
I don't care that much. I
get it.
It's this idea of like starting something and not finishing
and I was
That's
like,
the only thing that bothers me.
Yeah, but I don't see it like that.
I know you don't. We don't see it. We don't see it the same way.
I see it as a waste of money.
I get it.
But I
see it as a waste of money that you started it and didn't finish it.
Yeah, but I started it as nursing. Yeah. I did 3 years of nursing, and then I just switched, and I don't think I've completed a class. I've maybe completed a couple classes since I switched. So I have it. Yeah, it just doesn't. There's not one thing in my mind that sees it being beneficial.
Yeah.
To me, because I've already started my business. I'm gonna do it for the next 10 years at least, and then lawn care is like the stepping stone. Then I want to do acquisition. Be a little Ali Shermozy. No, but that sounds like fun stuff, like solving people's problems.
I mean, I think that's part of. I mean, how old are you now?
24.
Like, if I was 20, I mean, I was
24, you were still in school.
I was in dental school though.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Had
well, you didn't have a choice.
I did have a choice. I was always a choice, but
Yeah, but that would be a waste of money.
if I stopped dental school,
Yeah.
and there were people that did.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there were people that did.
Well, that's like, I guess I could say that about nursing. I went 3 years and then quit.
but at
I'm
the same
not-
time, if you were never going to do nursing, or
But
you didn't want
the
to do
whole
it,
goal then was to first. It's all just stupid. Freshman year, I was like, I could do business or I could do nursing. I was like, if I do nursing or if I do business and I want to switch to nursing later, then I'll have to start from scratch. But if I start with nursing
Yeah,
and go to
you could switch
business.
to business.
So I was like, oh, I'll do nursing.
Yeah.
And then I switched colleges. And then I skied a lot. And then I was like, the whole reason I wanted to do nursing is, the whole reason I want to finish is just so I can do something else. Like, the
Yeah.
only reason I wanted to finish school was to do something else. I was like, why finish nursing if I don't want to do this?
yeah,
Oh.
I mean, I get it. I just back to your pilot's license. If my goal,
Mom won't let me use my
I know.
college money for anything else until I finish college.
how many more
They,
classes? How many
all-
more classes do you have?
All I have to do is make more money than Mom and Dad, and then they'll probably let me not finish college.
You're just gonna push it out that long.
Yeah. I'd like to push it out for forever. And then maybe in like 30 years when I'm bored, I'll be like, I'll finish my college degree for Mom and Dad.
Okay. I'm not. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you.
It's not going to make me any. I'd rather spend. Look at this. It cost $1,000 for one class. If I bought $1,000 course, I'd want to learn it a lot more, and I feel like I'd take away a lot more than I would in one college class.
I think the biggest sticking point,
Like, Mom and Dad don't understand the courses that you can get. I mean, obviously, a course isn't going to do anything. Right now, I don't need a course.
I think that the sticking point is that Grandpa's invested.
Yes, I know.
And I'm saying, like, if it was just like, and you don't have any student loans, right?
No.
Yeah. So
I still have, like, money left.
Yeah. So must be nice.
Yeah.
I think.
Shut up. Put that.
Yeah. Must be
One
nice.
day.
Yeah.
Not there yet.
If you, I don't know. If it was just your
Yeah, I
loans that
understand
you
how
took
it's
out,
Grandma and Grandpa's money and it's not mine.
right, and they invest, like, Mom feels like they invested into your future, which they did, and that's probably how they feel, and you know, they might not tell you that, but
Well,
that's
I don't bring it up. And at this point,
just avoid. You're like,
For the
oh,
next-
sorry, can't talk about
for
it.
the next year or two, I'm sure they won't bring it up.
Yeah, because they got a lot of stuff going on right now, but
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know. I'm just like,
Yeah,
you could
but
finish it and just get it
it's-
over with, and then just get everyone off your back.
I
But
know.
then you feel like you're
Which is-
caving. Then
yeah.
you're caving to what you don't want to do. Which
Well,
I
it's
also
not
understand.
caving. It's just eye gouging. I would honestly pay someone to finish my college degree.
ChatGPT. How much more do you have?
I don't know. At least probably 1 full year. I'd say.
What took you so long, dude?
I went from nursing to business. I switched from nursing to business like a year ago, and then I've probably done like 1 or 2 classes.
If you were just finished, you would be totally finished by now.
It's not on my mind ever
I know.
until Mom brings it up and is like, "So."
Or until I bring it up.
Yeah.
It's fine. I think you're just gonna always have to deal with. I mean, you're gonna have that conversation forever.
Well, yeah, I don't care. I'll eventually finish it. I still haven't figured it out. I kind of want to do it.
Who do we get
Okay.
that from?
What?
Like, if someone tells me, I don't know if this is how you feel about it, but if someone tells
Probably
me that's a bad idea, or it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to do that. That
Maybe.
is pretty much guaranteeing that I will do everything possible to do that thing. Like, and it could even be a bad idea. You can say, like, you should not walk across that street naked. And I'm going to be like, well, just because you told me that I can't do it, I'm going to do it. But we don't, like, dad's definitely not like that.
Well, it's different because, well, it depends.
It's the same thing, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, the reason you're pushing back so hard
Well,
is
that's
because
not-
people are pushing you to do it.
The reason I'm pushing back so hard is because I hate school. I've always hated school.
Yeah.
Ever since middle school, when you were like, school doesn't matter. From that point on, it was downhill.
Did I tell you that?
Yeah. You're like, dude, school doesn't matter until high school or something. And then I just carried that on through high school.
Don't tell Mom that. I told you that.
Because I used to get A's and B's, and I'm just not a school guy. What's the saying where it's like A and B students work for C and D students?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's...
Whatever that is.
That's really what it is. I mean, A students... yeah, A students work for C students. I don't know what the actual saying is.
It's like
I screwed up. Jamie, what's this? Jamie, what's the saying?
Yeah, Jamie, look it up. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't learn anything. Like, yeah, I can finish school with ChatGPT, but what's the point?
Yeah.
The only point is
I get your argument. I'm not. Yeah.
It's literally just wastes my time is all it does.
Because you feel like, and I think it was...
Because I could be doing something. Granted, my time is worth literally nothing right now.
Yeah.
I watch YouTube a lot of my time.
I think that it was more important for Mom and Dad's
it's
generation.
important. Yes, it's very important to them.
Well, and it was important for them at that time in America.
Yeah.
Like, you really needed...
But
now,
then again...
I don't care. All the girls, you know what I didn't ask is if they got a college degree. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't...
I wouldn't either.
I actually I didn't even ask it. And it's almost like for the level... For what I need them to do, it's almost like I don't... Yeah, I mean, even if someone had a college degree, it wouldn't sway me one way or the other.
Yeah.
So it is interesting. And I think it mattered so much more at their age and their generation. And now...
It mattered just... Like, it feels like they couldn't determine whether someone was just a bad employee.
Yeah.
Like, you had to go to college, and that determines if you're
like
good or
weed
bad.
people out,
Because,
yeah.
like, everyone's like, oh, yeah, I went to college, but I didn't use my degree.
Yeah, right.
So it's like the aspect of you went to college. It's like a woo.
Yeah. I don't think it's as big of a deal anymore. And I think that if you're going to be like a dentist or obviously an attorney, like if you have to study to be a profession, then school is important, obviously, because that's the only way you can do it. Yeah. But if you're...
Which is how everyone is nowadays.
Yeah. And
our generation is like,
yeah,
that's how we all see it.
Well, because I think there's the whole TikTok generation of like, or influencer generation where you can make money, literally. You can make money on you just doing YouTube, and there's a lot of people that are very wealthy doing that.
You seen Mr. Beast?
Yes, of course I know.
He's got 100.
Yeah,
he gets like hundreds of millions of views on.
I mean, there's so many really.
And he's 24.
Yeah.
Making like, he spends millions on videos.
Yeah. Just for his production of the videos. Yeah. So I think it's a changed landscape. So I think, raising our kids will probably, I want them to, I mean, I'd love for at least one of them to be a dentist. I think it's a great profession but really what I want them to do is be able to think for themselves and be able to not like be influenced by what others say, and think for themselves and be able to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But I also want them to be able to create freedom and be hard workers. So, and like make a change in the world.
I wonder how all the, it's interesting. I don't know how to raise kids. But it's like an interesting like puzzle to solve.
Yeah.
Because you see some people who like just give you can't give the kids money. But then like Grant Cardone,
Yeah.
he like they work for him,
Yeah.
and then he takes the money that they make, invested in stuff, and then they get the return on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting.
Mary Morgan and I talk about that a lot on like.
And like Grant Cardone, he's like, if my daughter can order stuff from this fancy hotel, and then like they brought, like he's just teaching them like different like things I would have never been taught as a kid.
But it's also what I've learned a little bit about is how generational it's so different. So like if you think about Grandma and Grandpa Hinkle, they grew up. Well, Grandpa Hinkle, they grew up in a very poor generation. Like their parents. So I'm trying to think.
Well,
so they grew up during the Great Depression, right? Yeah.
Well, like barely.
At the end of it, they were born like right at the end of the Great Depression, which
that's why.
So they were still raised in basically poverty, but obviously Grandpa George and Lois were pretty. They were more significant individuals in the community.
Grandma Hinkle
grew up dirt poor.
That's why she always had us lick our plate afterwards.
Yeah, and so what Grandpa, from my conversations with him, Grandpa Hinkle he saw a lot of parents his age making a really soft environment for their kids. And he really tried to, he's worth, he's worth
Hinkle,
he's like millionaire next door, worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you would never know it if you met him. And he really made it a point to feel like that and to make his kids really have to work for everything. And I think that's the generational difference, though, in how you raise kids. He was not like others. Like you can compare the Hinkles versus the Vaughans, in the way they raised kids and the way grandkids got treated and the way, all with love, but it was different. And so that totally influences.
Well, it's kind of hard. We think we're in the middle generation
of that.
Whereas
Bad Times, Great Men. Yeah. I think I saw an interesting video today that one guy said, like, bad times don't make strong men. Strong men are always there.
Yeah. They're just hidden.
They're just hidden. And then bad times make you appreciate strong men.
Yeah.
And so I do think we're in I think it's so easy to be great in our generation.
That's why Alex Ramosi and
because no one even tries.
Chris, they're like, it's so easy to make money. Yeah, it's so easy to do anything because everyone's so soft.
We Mary Morgan and I take on a lot of risk, and a lot of people love to tell us how risky it is and how crazy the debt and the risk. And you're like, well, it's really not. It's a different kind of risk than what people took 50 years ago. But
just not what you're taught, though. It's not. You're not like Dave Ramsey. Everyone knows Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
Pay off your debt, invest in the S&P 500, and that's just slowly accumulate money.
Yeah.
Whereas...
But I think that's an old...
But that's what we're all taught growing up.
Because that's what our parents were raised on. Yeah. That's how Grandpa Vaughan built his business, was based on that idea. But I don't think... Well, I think it's good for certain people. I do.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like Morgan. Yeah. No offense, Morgan. She wouldn't be offended. But
yes.
For Morgan, that's perfect.
Yeah.
She is not going to take a bunch of risks. That's not her personality. She's not going to go start a business. She's not going to go say whatever. It's perfect for her.
Not even like half the people should start a business.
No. It would take so long.
Oh gosh. I learned my lesson this year. It's just so...
There's so many...
not having going through dental school and having pretty much I feel like you're kind of assured that you're going to have a well-paying job.
And that's why I picked dentistry, because if this totally fails, I make $0, then I can go work for somebody and make...
It's it's a skill.
High six figures. Yes, without even not high six figures, sorry. But I can make
kind of
an easy 6 figures without even having to take any risk. So
unless the world goes to crap, then you've pretty much got a job anywhere.
But even then, I can barter my skills.
Yeah.
So if the world goes to total crap, people are still going to get teeth that
Whereas,
need removed.
like me, I can
Ain't
mow your
nobody-
lawn. I can mow your lawn.
You're going to need to...
But that's why it's sketchy starting a
I'm going
business.
to need a little something else if
Is
you're...
because you don't know if it's going to work out or not, which is what
Totally.
I've been learning this year. I'm like, I could be doing this for 5 years and it could be worth nothing.
But
you learn skills along the way.
You learn skills, and for you, you're not risking...
I mean, it's
you're
nice.
not leveraging anything. So you have, I mean,
Not
you've got a
yet.
truck part payment. Yes. But for right now, if all fails, what do you lose? You're going to have a truck that you got to pay for, but you pay for
I can pay for that
You don't have any other
as
debt.
a server.
Right. You don't have any other debt, right?
Yeah, which is, I've kind of made it that way.
Right. But you're taking risk, but you don't have as...
Yeah,
when you
it
start
just seems
leveraging
super,
businesses, like if you were going to buy a business and you had to take out a loan. But you're totally right. I mean,
It's
starting
just
a
the
business...
risk aspect that's sketchy.
It's sketchy because you're betting on yourself. But who would you rather bet on? Well, that's the real question for an entrepreneur. Like, who would you rather bet on, yourself or anyone else in this world?
Yeah.
I think as a good entrepreneur, you really have to believe that you'd rather bet on yourself than anybody else. Like, you have to believe that, or else you're gonna fail.
Yeah. I mean,
like-
even just like thinking about the future, I'm like, there's literally no way I'm gonna fail.
Yeah. Well, because
I feel that like deep down,
yeah, so do I.
like there's no possible way that I could fail.
Yeah, because even if this place fails, like I know I'm gonna build something else,
Yeah.
and I know.
But it's the skills that you learn
Yeah.
that can get you that.
And the only way you can learn is by trying some of this stuff.
Yeah.
The only way you can learn is just by jumping in.
Head first, baby.
I do pencil dives. I do feet first.
Oh. I like the risk of
If there's a rock
getting
down there,
paralyzed
the added
for
risk
the
of
rest of my life.
being paralyzed. Oh.
Boom.
How hard is that for you to finish that?
Oh, it's so good.
Can you make sure you get those shots? The shots of
I was
you
like shots.
on taking drinks of the whiskey. You have to build
They
up
weren't that
courage
bad. The
before.
first ones were pretty bad. I just don't like whiskey. It's just. I like the aftertaste.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the experience. I like whiskey. Like Jameson's not too bad. I don't like
bourbon.
I don't like it straight. Should I stay?
Well, we stopped drinking a lot of whiskey because it's so good.
I don't understand that though. I think that about coffee. I could have like
Yeah, but
3-4 coffees a day.
it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, IPAs are too. I force myself to like IPAs.
And you like them now?
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah. So I mean, if you drank enough whiskey, you'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I just
But-
don't care to.
I
I'm not an alcohol guy. Weekends, maybe. But I don't need it. That's just me.
What do you need?
Coffee.
It's your coffee.
I like my coffee. I want to get an espresso machine.
Mm.
Get that job at Dorothy Lane. Get some free coffee. Make a couple bucks. Oh, yeah.
Well, what I don't understand is why you're willing to like work for a coffee shop, but not interested in working for another landscaper.
Well, it's winding down anyways.
I know, but you said I don't want to work for anybody else.
Because I'd rather do my own and just grow my own business. I don't think I need anyone else. I'd like a mentor, like Greg.
But why don't you?
Because I don't need to. It's not engineering. It's simple stuff. You just have to do the work. YouTube's got all the answers.
But they give you leads and they give you
And I don't want to be
experience to be faster, better, stronger,
I don't
more efficient.
want to work building. I want to be the guy over here where he's like, you go do this, and then go to the job site and be like, this needs tightened up, this needs tightened up. I don't want to be like, ting, 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 ting.
But I think that's the...
But I'm doing that, guy. See, I could do this. I could go and I could work for someone and I gain a little experience. And then I go another winter and then I come back and then I can do mine. Or I could do mine, work for basically free, get those jobs under my belt, learn a bunch, post them on my website, and it just like sets me forward that year I would have taken to work for someone else. Because I can do the work, I can do the jobs.
Yeah.
They'll get done great. I just won't make as much money initially. It's like a long-term play rather than a short-term play. Maybe.
Yeah, but also, if you were working for someone, you're getting reps that you're not going to get if you do it by yourself. Well,
yeah, I can.
Maybe.
Come at me, bro.
You just have to. Then, yeah, I mean, I am being the devil's advocate because I did something that, I'm out by myself too, and
Well, yeah.
I could continue to work for someone for 5 years and make more money probably at least for this next year than I am making. It's not about money. It's about like.
That's just how I see it right now, and that's how I want to play it.
Okay, I like it.
I'd rather do it than work for someone else.
I think that
I absolutely hate working for other people.
Me too. That's why.
Hey, can I?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Well, why would you work for a barista? Why would you be a barista?
That is like a.
But if you
month,
like doing it,
that is like a month job. I'm gonna. I think
it maybe stresses me out. I think what I'm trying to get you to do is defend your position because I think if you
am.
And you're doing a good job. I think if you can defend your position, then that's fine. But what stresses me out about you doing that is I'm thinking about starting a job for a month and then quitting, and that whole process stresses me out.
Why?
More than just not working for a month.
Well,
because you learn new people, you learn the new system, you learn how to do their cash register. By the time you learn that crap, you're like, actually, in 2 weeks, I'm out.
Talk about soft people.
Why? What's the point? My point
because, hey.
Why suffer that brain damage if you could just not do it?
Brain damage.
It's brain damage.
Dude, I've already got brain
damage.
Walking in,
stressed about the...
think I'm 24 and I live with my parents. You think I don't have brain damage?
Never mind. Keep this PG. At least that's
once I get my espresso machine, it's going to be my...
Are you going to start your own coffee company?
No, it's going to be my hobby. Oh. It's like a hobby.
Okay.
Like you go and you can change the grinder setting.
Yeah.
But if you can, it's like getting practice because I've never had an espresso machine. I might as well practice before I get mine. Make a little money while the season slows down, and then get a sales job when I can actually do full time, because you're going to have like a month or two of training where you're there every day training. So it's like a part-time. I'm basically in retirement right now. It's like a retirement job.
You're retired.
Like Mr. Miller is working at Yankee Trace so he can get some free rounds. I work at Dorothy Lane so I can get some free coffee.
Okay.
Take a couple bucks off my addiction and then save up. What I really want to do is get a sales job, make a lot of money, and then put that into lawn care and landscaping. That's really
and you're developing like some really important skills.
Yeah. I mean, if I could get some people person time,
yeah,
that would help a lot. Because even like I went and met with Pete Frederick.
Yeah.
and I wanted to do that, but it was still like sitting there is so uncomfortable,
Yeah, it is.
which is what I need to practice.
Yeah. And that's what I've been trying to do more, like interviews and video and like, social media stuff.
Yeah.
So awkward.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
have you seen my first YouTube videos?
Yeah. I mean, it's
And all of it just takes time.
you have to put yourself
But
out
I did
there.
that like for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then like if you look, almost all my videos were recorded in like a car. They still are.
Yeah.
Cuz I just still want to hey guys.
Yeah. I know it's awkward, but I think I also don't think it's the only way there is to go, but I think it's the most mainstream way, and I think you have to like doing social media. I mean, you can still be ultra wealthy and successful without having like putting yourself
Bill
out there
Gates
doing that.
didn't have
Warren Buffett
didn't have social media.
But Elon Musk is just grabbed Twitter by the cojones.
Yeah.
And
But he also has I don't know. There's a lot you could talk about on that.
well, I think
It's like Alex Hormozy became a 100 millionaire before he even actually got famous on social media.
yeah.
He sold like 3 companies as he was coming up. Well, I guess as he was getting noticed. Or maybe that's what got him noticed.
Do they have any kids?
No,
Do they want kids?
I don't think so. They're all...
Do you want kids?
Yeah,
Yeah. You think?
I think so. I don't know. I think you have to have a partner first.
No, I bet you could ask.
I guess you don't have to.
Yeah.
Well,
you certainly don't have to.
Yeah. We're not going to get into that.
I think you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic there, brother. I haven't thought about kids because it's not even close to me right now, so.
Yeah.
Last girlfriend I had was in 7th grade, so.
Nice. What's she doing?
She's married.
Oh, really?
Owns her own hair salon.
Nice.
Yeah.
You should have married her. Another entrepreneur.
No.
No.
No offense.
No. No, I remember that girl. Not really. I never met her. I think Ryan Boset her. Was your teacher at that point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You were making out with her on the bus?
Was I?
Yeah.
No.
A different girl?
No, I think that was a story that went around.
Huh.
We definitely didn't
Mom
do
told
that.
me that story. So you might need to...
We were definitely not making out on the bus. We definitely didn't even kiss on the bus, I don't think.
I'm finding
I
out.
don't know, dude. I don't like to think about 7th grade. What a terrible time.
That was the best years of my life. Just kidding. Yeah.
All right.
Do you feel like we talk about this? You might want to edit this part out, but we're going to start talking about family. But Mary Margaret and I talk about a lot how I think it's harder to find like somebody, like a significant other in this day and age. I think like my friends.
What is this family? What does this have to do with family?
I'll land the plane. Yeah. My friends all got married. Oh, and Trevor got married. I'm sorry, think of best friends here. Trevor got married early. He had some kids early. Paul got married relatively early. I got married. I don't feel like it's that early. 26, 28. How old was I?
It's all generational, though.
Is it? You think? So but is it generational that?
Because I feel
that
like
you're
back
getting,
in the day, I was like 13.
Yeah, that's a little early, but yeah, 16.
Back when they were discovering America.
Yeah, true.
Probably didn't even matter.
No, it didn't. Period.
It's like if they can make a baby.
Right. So, but do you think it's harder now? Like, are you seeing that with your friends? But I see you have some friends that are married, and like Morgan had friends that were married and then divorced already. I had plenty of friends that have done that.
Is it harder? No.
Is it harder to find somebody? Like,
it depends.
Because I kind of get
I don't
get
think
stressed out, but Mary Margaret and I are thinking about like, some of her siblings that aren't married yet, my siblings that aren't married yet. Not stressed out, but we're like, how do you find somebody like, and her friends who are like starting to get, I mean, not old, but they're 30. It's like, well, what's like the end? Like, what's your timeline? What is like? Are you just not thinking about that? Or are you thinking like your generation is just, I don't need to think about that right now? Like, what's the?
I think it just comes down to the individual.
So, but how do you find people? Like the way we
I
found people was school.
know. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Like Mary Margaret and I found
in
each other
Lebanon. I mean, it just depends on what you're looking for, though. Because I know someone who got married, who's engaged right now, and they've joked about getting unengaged.
Like a friend.
Once an acquaintance, I guess, maybe a friend.
Joked about getting unengaged. Why?
Because it's like kind of toxic, I guess.
So yeah, you wouldn't want to marry someone.
But like I know some like. See, I don't want to. I can't like.
No, don't.
Hopefully, no one would know who I'm talking about. But then there's like other people who are engaged. I'm like, that's pretty young.
Yeah.
But that's Parker and Emily were 20. They did it really young.
Couldn't drink at their wedding.
Like that's
19.
As of right now, I'm like, that's so young.
I agree. That was young for me. That was young for our family at that time. We were like,
yeah.
But it was awesome.
But it just depends on the
so
person.
Happy. Yeah.
For me, I'd be like, I think my expectations are just.
You're too high.
My standards are very high.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to make money, and then that'll possibly open up the door.
See, I do feel like that's a new trend. That's a trend that I'm seeing for like not only. I feel like you're almost like the edge of the next generation behind, and Mary Margaret and I are kind of at the end of our generation. We're kind of like at a bridge, right? Like I'm not quite like your generation of like.
Yeah, are you a millennial?
TikTok, YouTube? No.
Yeah, but my generation, it's the 1 or 2 years
below you
me.
that are still you feel like is a little.
The 1 or 2 years is like the TikTok.
Yeah, but you're.
Mine is kind of like right on the leading edge.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone.
So that's what I mean. You're on like the edge of that generation. I'm on the edge of the other one, kind of, and we're
like the middle period.
Yeah. So, but I feel like you like I'm gonna reference you with the old, like the younger people.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. The like I don't know, but then I have some of my friends like my age that are like still 30, 32. I don't know. It's like, are you gonna get married? Is that even an important value for you?
I think it just depends on the person.
Or you just want to find like the perfect person, you're willing to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. I think
because I've had people I know are interested in me. I'm like, sorry, not gonna cut it. And I'm not like a.
But so, what are you looking for?
I don't know, conglomerate of things.
Okay.
Oh, do you want to hear them?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just. I don't know. I don't talk to anyone.
Which is kind of my point.
It'd be like.
What do you really want?
Someone. I don't know, dude. I don't want to.
We're here. We're live.
Dude, I'm not going to date you.
It's okay. We're close to Kentucky. We can do it.
And West Virginia.
We're right on the board. We can float down the Ohio River and do whatever we want.
My dad's from West Virginia.
Explains a lot.
I don't know.
Have you not thought about it? Or you just don't want to say it?
It's not. I don't know if I can put it into words.
You have to. It's just like knowing your numbers.
It's like well, I'm not good with words. That's why I like reshoot my YouTube videos like 20 times.
That's why we're doing podcasts so you can practice.
I don't know. Someone who obviously supports. I don't know. It's like
physically like.
I'd have to have like you'd have to name something and then I could name.
So.
Like I want them to be fit, I guess. Okay. Like go to the gym because there's usually a lot of
shows they're driven.
Because there's a lot of character traits that go with
disciplined and driven. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like, dude, this lady is looking at us again.
She's one of my friends. She's coming.
like that would be good. And then like, I don't know,
What about religion? That important to you?
Christian
Okay.
would be ideal.
But not a
But
deal
then
breaker.
like, it would be like pretty deal breaker.
Okay.
Like it'd be like,
So number one is someone else that wants to grind.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Or open to it. Or
So,
like doesn't, not like, hey, you're working too much.
So let me ask you this: what is the turn off? Not in a sexual sense.
Hey.
The turn off, but in like the not interested sense. The turn off for some of these other people that you're talking about, that you're like not interested in.
It's just not, you can tell if they're like,
Well, what can you tell? What is it?
I don't know.
What is it about them?
well, first their looks. Not gonna lie. I want to be like,
You know, someone that looks
I don't want to like settle and be like,
look like Parker.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I want to find someone who's attractive.
I mean, good for you. You should.
I'm not going to be like, yeah, I'll date you because I'm feeling lonely.
Yeah.
I just don't want to like settle.
Okay.
I got high standards.
So attraction and what else? There's, like, pretty
Attraction
much the
and
main thing right
driven
now.
and someone I can live life with, you know?
Yeah.
Someone who's hard.
Hard.
Stay hard.
David Goggins. You should
I
marry
want
David
to
Goggins.
make it. I want to marry David Goggins.
He would just beat your ass every day, and not in a good way.
Little,
He would wake up. You would degrade you so hard.
but they don't have to be. I'm not looking for someone who's like that hard, you know. Someone who's gonna like out hard me.
So you want someone
But
like
someone who's like open minded to that.
you want someone like Mary Margaret.
In that sort of sense,
in the
I
heart,
guess.
heart
Yeah.
in a sense, yeah.
Yeah. Like they'll do the stuff. They're not going to be like, not going to name names. Someone who will do stuff with me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah. Like a friend. Someone
Yeah.
to do stuff with. I don't know, man. Someone who's very attractive.
Very attractive. Goes hard in the paint.
Like a 10.
10?
I'm looking for a 10.
10?
10
Goes
out
hard
of
in the
10.
paint. So what do you have to do to get there?
I don't know. I think,
Like, what's holding you back?
I feel like it's the area.
You think there are not enough attractive people in Ohio?
I just don't know any.
Yeah. So that's the thing that like I see it with some of Mary Margaret's friends, and
You need like
I hope they
it's-
probably will never see this, but I don't want to offend them. But I'm not going to name names, but I see this with their friends where they're like, they're going on dates and they're like, not tall enough, doesn't make enough money, won't live in Cincinnati. It's like,
see, like
It's
the
like-
make enough money part is like,
well, I
Well,
know,
yeah,
but but that goes along with driven enough. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, you
But it depends
obviously
on the
want
person.
someone that's great, and I feel so blessed that I married the perfect woman. I mean, literally. I mean, I could not have asked for a better situation because she's all of the things: hardworking, absolutely beautiful. She's so smart. Like I like nailed them.
basketball.
5-star.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. She can dunk, which on me, which is very embarrassing. But no, I mean, she's like. So I get why you want to hold to the standards, but I feel like sometimes, like we'll meet one of her friends' boyfriends.
I've never met anyone.
You've never met anyone that you're like, I could maybe marry you.
Yes,
Ooh.
I'm not. Not.
Are they already married?
No, but it's
Old school.
yes.
What are they doing now?
I can't.
Where
There's
are-
like a
where are they
small chance. There's like one person. I
What-
can't.
what
see,
kinda
that's even
action-
probably too much of a
What action are you taking?
none.
Why not? Because
It's, I'd rather go over here. But like for me, I work, I come home and I want to grow my business. I don't go out and I don't go to bars. I don't want to find really someone at a bar.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see that's like another tricky aspect is I don't care if they drink.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to be like wanting me to go to a bar every weekend. Like I'm not a go out.
So you probably wouldn't want to
Like-
date me.
No, probably not.
'Cause I like
You drink too.
too too much.
Are we? You're
Okay.
okay.
It's fine. It's not like
Yeah, I
It's
don't.
not like a drink at work.
Like me. I like to go out. Like I like HVO.
yeah.
Like I like that kind of vibe.
Yeah. Just
And
not.
I'll
like the
drink
bar
like
vibe.
once a week maybe there,
Yeah.
but like I'm not a bar guy.
Yeah.
Maybe I would be if I found someone, but I'd
You don't
rather
have to
like
be.
I'd rather like go to HVO one night, but then wake up and work.
Yeah.
But I've never met anyone like that
There can be. I mean,
because I don't do anything. I work, and then I go home, and then I wake up. I go to the gym, but it's the Y. There's no babes at the Y.
you're not
At the Y in Springboro.
You're not looking at the right
In-
age range.
In Nashville, in that gym, though, there were a lot of very attractive women.
Yeah.
But that's like a more suitable place, I guess.
So
Whereas living with my parents,
that's very attractive.
not going out,
So can you talk to me more about this one person?
no.
Why not?
That's on the,
Do not disturb list.
yeah.
Well, I want to know more.
Not on the podcast.
We've never talked about it.
Well, yeah, because I'd rather go somewhere else. It's not like a.
Okay.
It's not like something I want to pursue. I'd rather go.
Yeah, like the console, the computer.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Politically correct.
Oh. No. It's just because I don't want the small chance that they watch this. But it's probably. Do you not have your watch on you?
It's the battery doesn't work.
No.
So it's probably is.
Because I'm sure we could talk for another.
I would pour another bourbon and keep talking, but I do have kids that I
Yeah,
have to take care
Morgan's probably
of. And Morgan probably wants me
gonna
to come
gouge
home.
your eyes out.
See, that was fun.
Yeah,
That was easy.
I'd do it again.
Yeah. no
See,
problem.
it's kind of tricky because I don't know where I want to go with my podcast.
But I think you could
Like this is like really sustainable, where you go and you just have a conversation.
I think
But
like
I also
I
want
think
to.
like alcohol helps with other people.
That's
even if
what
you
I
don't drink.
figured out is I want to do a different. I'm gonna ask the person who I take on next and be like, "What drink?" And then you pour.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Let them pick, yeah.
Coke, coffee, bourbon, whatever. That would be a fun aspect, and I want to get like business people.
Yeah. Mary Margaret, it would be interesting to talk. I think you should talk to Mary Margaret. You should talk to. Dad would be.
I don't want to take nope.
He would be joking. He would be like teasing you the whole time almost. So
He would be too.
you should talk to Parker. You should talk to Parker.
Yeah, but I'm trying to grow it outside of our family.
Well, I'm thinking.
I'm trying to
get
do
practice.
like business. I want to do Watkins. I want to see if he'll get on heating and cooling.
Yeah. Do you have any other friends that are like in business? What Michael Hinnon?
He
He's
sells
sales.
cars.
Okay, get him on.
He's a little.
Crass.
I don't know if we could publish that one.
That would be great. You are getting practice. I mean, think
He's
about it.
been on. He's been on Drew's, and Drew's like, yeah, we had to edit like half of the podcast out because it's just like uncensored.
But that's fun. That's good practice,
Yeah.
though. And it's like, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, there's so much.
You're just starting
I
with-
mean, yeah, there's just so much I want to do.
you're just saying, hey, I want to come to your place of business, and let's sit down for 2 hours. I'll bring a drink, and we just go.
That's
We're just
probably
gonna
the
talk.
issue I have most is trying to figure out, nail down exactly what I want to do.
But it's what you
'Cause
were
do
coaching
I-
me to do for
'Cause
social
what
media.
I want to do I want to do podcast? Do I want to do YouTube? Because like if you look, most people who do podcast. All the people I've seen who do podcasts don't do YouTube. All the people I see who do YouTube got famous and then they started a podcast for their fans to watch. So it's like really trying to figure out if I want to grow, do YouTube, like entertainment sort of stuff, or if I want to do podcasts, and then I got to do business. That's what I'm trying to figure out now.
But honestly, if you just like interviewed everyone in the family, if you
no, yeah. See, I don't think Dad.
But I think like practice. It's about practice, and it's about dealing with like weird conversations or weird responses.
Yeah.
And figuring out how to loosen people up and.
So the weather.
No, not like that. No.
It's a nice place you got here.
Yeah.
What's the code to the register? Like that?
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, I would just do more of that.
I actually thought about. Got lightheaded from breathing so much. Originally, I wanted to get like old people on and hear their stories.
Yeah.
I think that would have been cool, but I don't want to do that. Anyways.
Yeah, I think it's easier with other people, because then I brought out stuff that you wouldn't have probably talked about by yourself.
Well, I don't want to do it by myself.
No, but you can.
That's what my YouTube channel is about.
But you can edit down, like what Patrick PBD does, and Joe Rogan doesn't do any of this. But like Cardone, the people that are actually trying to sell themselves and like be marketers, you can edit down pieces of like, you can get a clip from like. Them. Yeah, because
that's what I do on my.
You could clip down with your opulent lawn shirt and say like, "Here's." Yeah, see that right there? Oh, that's your boob. Too. Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to. I feel like Dad just going on rabbit trails left and right.
We'll come by it naturally, but you can edit down little segments and post them on your website. Put them on Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Yeah,
you got to play the long game.
Mm-hmm. All about the long game.
Which is what I've been learning this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, man, I have nothing in my bank account right now.
That hurts. But at the same time, you don't want to sacrifice. Cash flow makes the world go round, so.
Meaning
you can't do stuff without cash.
Well, yeah.
So you have to make sure the deal is good enough. You can't just build for 5 years, because what if 5 years doesn't come? What if you don't make it 5 years? What if we all die? What if freaking world blows up?
That's why
we just get in a nuke war with everybody.
I don't care. I'm fine with going.
Guess it won't matter how much cash I have.
I'd be fine if I went. Die with zero.
Yeah, true. That's a great book, by the way. You should read that book. Whoever's listening to this, all 16 people who listen to this.
Hey, I think I got 20.
Nice.
20. On my last one. They watched the average was 3 minutes. Okay. So, we're getting there. But I only posted on YouTube.
I listened to the entire thing.
Really?
Yeah, Mary Margaret and I listened to
the
the entire thing.
You really need to reach out to Ryan.
Ryan who?
Bostatter.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I want to be in on that conversation. This is stuff we don't need to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah, but I got to
go. Where can people find you? What do you got coming up next? What's in the pipeline?
We did not even talk about what's coming up next and what's in the pipeline.
We have talked about everything but business. At the beginning, we started off with business.
We can do this again. Mary Margaret and I have some big plans for dentistry in Cincinnati.
You going to take over the world?
We're trying to. We want to create some really big businesses, stuff that'll blow your mind. We're working on it right now.
Oh, dude. I even had stuff written down.
We're not talking about 7 figures. We're talking about.
You want to hear one of the questions? One of the 3 questions I wrote.
What?
What's the power of real estate?
See, I would love to talk about real estate. We gotta do this again. We didn't even talk about some of the stuff.
We can get you, me, and Parker.
Oh, I like that.
Parker wants to be my co-host.
Morgan wants to be involved in some of the stuff that we're doing.
I know.
So I think we should get her on.
Then again, she doesn't. Anyways, topic for another time.
We are going to be back.
We are in Westside Pediatric Dentistry right now. He's got a free schedule.
My schedule's really full, actually.
But apply online.
For what? What are they applying for?
Here at Westside Pediatric Dentistry, we strive to make affordable children's dentistry accessible for all families, to all families. And we make care enjoyable for kids of all ages. Am I right?
You are right. Yeah.
Anyways, seriously, let's see what you got. What do you have to say to the people? You can find you at Westside Pediatric Dentistry on...
WestSidePediatricDental.com.
Look here.
But, yeah, I mean, I'd love to get back.
Or Peter Vaughan on Instagram.
Or Peter Vaughan on Instagram. We talked a lot about random family stuff today.
Well, you don't
and
have
life
to summarize
philosophy.
everything.
But I'd love to talk more about dentistry and the business next time.
So we're going to have 3 more podcasts. One about dentistry, one about real estate, and one about the Vaughan family.
Oh, that could get dirty. Yeah, I like that.
Thanks
for
for coming. Thanks for coming on. We really loosened up here at the end. I really enjoy you guys. You're awesome. We'll see you next time.